there's so many areas we should be investing money into, and instead of $80 billion into the IRS. I just pulled that one out of my ass, but I thought I was thinking about money that the U.S. government invests, and I just remembered that they're pumping $80 billion into the IRS.
87,000 new IRS agents. God, and, and everybody who supports that thinks they're going to go after those people that aren't paying their fair share, all those rich guys. Yeah. But the problem is those rich guys have top shelf accountants that are making sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. It's middle-class Americans that they're going to go after. They're going to go after people that don't have the resources. They're going to go after people that may have, fudged a little here and there, and they're going to bring those folks down.
Right. And I mean, and it's interesting because when they first rolled this out, much like a lot of things that the current administration does, and again, they've done some good things, they've done some odd things, but their messaging always seems to be off, right? So they're always kind of batting cleanup. They'll do something, and the next thing you know, John Kirby or somebody's got to roll out and explain that's not what we meant. This is what we meant. So when they rolled out the fact that there was $80 billion in there to pump into the IRS, and there's 87,000 new agents, and they had really no message, right? And so immediately people were just losing their shit.
Yeah.
And then because the Democrats, when that happens, they are very good at then circling the wagons and coming up with a narrative, right? And disseminating that out and making sure that everybody pushes that same talking point. And then they stick to that talking point. So the talking point then became, after a few days of terrible optics on this, was, well, the IRS has been underfunded for, years, decades. And because of that, we haven't been able to go after the billionaires because we haven't been able to hire all those, really clever agents who can do those sophisticated investigations of the billionaires. And so this is all about refunding the IRS because it's been underfunded. We're going to improve the technology, and we're going to be able to go after those billionaires finally because we'll have enough people. Okay. I'm not buying that.
Why do you think they did it? Why do you think they decided to ramp up and hire 87,000 new IRS agents to tune of $80 billion?
Yeah. Look, because they want to raise money.
But how much can they raise?
Well, they're claiming they're going to get $200 billion over a period of time out of this increased effort. So they're going to make money. Eventually, the government will make money.
From who, though?
Well, they argue nobody other than wealthy people, just wealthy people.
So wealthy people that have been cheating.
Yes, that's their argument, is basically there's so much money sloshing around out there that the wealthy people haven't been paying their taxes, and they've been cheating and hiding it, that we need all these new agents because that's where the money is.
Is there an argument there?
Is there an argument that you could probably I don't. That's a good question. I don't know. Not being a wealthy person, I don't know. But
I mean, I made an assumption earlier that I really shouldn't have. That the wealthy people are paying their fair share of taxes, but
I think a lot of them are. I think corporations get a bad name. Look, I mean, corporations. People say, well, look, the oil and gas company. This one, paid no taxes. Well, the previous year they suffered a $35 billion loss, right? Because they were exploring and reinvesting money into the company or whatever. So it's more complicated than just saying people aren't paying their fair share. But look, are people with a lot of money willing to spend some of that on accountants to make sure that they don't pay any more tax than absolutely necessary? Sure. Yeah. If I had a lot of money, that's exactly what I'd do. I would pay what I'm supposed to pay, but I wouldn't pay a penny more.
Right. Yeah, that's what people make arguments when they're allowed these tax loopholes. They use them because they're there.
Yes, yeah.
And they're legal. So